in the Jar Football Show, number 184. Welcome back. My name is Clark Dupree. This is the final show to round out the week. And we got all March Madness occupying our football show today. We'll start off with that. We'll talk about Kentucky's victory today, their improbable, miraculous victory. And then maybe get into some viral clips. It's going to be a short show, probably about 17 minutes from this very moment. We will be shutting it down. But I always say it's better late than never. So we're here, Santa Clara against my hometown, Kentucky Wildcats. It was bleak for Kentucky. I can't remember whether I'm trying to remember the sequence. The game was insane. Easily the most talked about game of the day today, Kentucky versus Santa Clara. I thought, and I've thought this all season, that Kentucky gets out-physicaled by everybody. It's a mentality problem. They don't box out. Other teams get tons of offensive boards on them. And it felt like the story today with Santa Clara was no different. Santa Clara team that is obviously not as athletically capable as probably any Kentucky team ever. They're getting offensive boards. They're getting second chance points. It's demoralizing in basketball when you get a stop on defense and then you allow the offense that missed the shot to be bailed out and have a whole nother opportunity to score. I'm not saying that ran rampant today in Kentucky's game against Santa Clara, but when you have the physical superiority of, like I said, any Kentucky team against probably any Santa Clara team, at no point in any game ever should Santa Clara be getting offensive rebounds. So you see a lack of, I don't want to sound like a hater. I got the title today in my hometown group chat of number one UK hater. Number one UK hater. Here's the thing. I talk shit on Kentucky because I know they can do better as a program. Not just the basketball program, but the football program as well. I talk shit on Kentucky because I know what it's like for that place to have championship teams. Remember the 2012 team? 6 draft picks that year. You had Anthony Davis go number 1 overall. Michael Gilchrist go number 2 overall. You had Terrence Jones get drafted. You had Deron Lamb get drafted. You had Marcus T get drafted. And Darius Miller. That was an incredible team. They were able to shoot. They were able to get defensive stops. They were able to play physical and get boards. Terrence Jones brought a lot of that physicality. Gilchrist brought a lot of that hustle. Michael Kidd Gilchrist, is far from the most skilled basketball player you'll ever see. His jumper was broke to hell. Ugly jump shot on that guy, but he hustled his ass off. And he was very athletic. So, with a lot of these UK basketball guys, any given year, but especially recent, you've still got cream de la cream level athletes. But their desire to hustle, be gritty, solve problems, face adversity. I don't know if Mark Pope is teaching much of that. There's a kid on Kentucky's team this year. He's number 10. He's a big, long, tall guy. His name's Brandon Garrison. And I don't watch every Kentucky game. A lot of times I see it as a waste of time because they can be such a disappointment of a program. But I'll see texts in the hometown group chat complaining about Brandon Garrison. I've seen it all season. Kid made some plays today. Kid, he was pivotal in that game against Santa Clara today in the round of 64. But I'll tell you something. And again, you could put the label on me, number one UK hater. I just want them to be the best version of themselves as a program as they can be. And I feel like that hasn't gone on really since they won their last championship. 2014, they had a good team. They've had a couple other good teams. But the last 4 or 5 years, I guess, is where I'm at with that. Hello to Helena M8Z5HT, or I think M8Z5T. Sorry. Here's what rubbed me the wrong way today. Brandon Garrison plays a hell of a game for Kentucky. I think Kentucky's up 7 at the very end of it, the very end of overtime. It was clear they were going to win, and Santa Clara's trying to get the ball down the floor, and they toss one up. And for some reason, old Garrison pursues it. And he gets hit with a foul with like 3 seconds left in the game. Completely meaningless foul. I mean, it was the dumbest thing I saw all day. Kentucky's going to win anyway. They're all hugging on the sidelines. Hello to Deborah Clemens. Kentucky's got it in the bag. And this Garrison kid just can't help himself but pursue this basically meaningless ball coming down court, fouls the guy, sends a Santa Clara guy to the line with a 7-point lead with like 3 seconds left. Just think. We have the job done. Just think. Just pull off. Let it go. It was really stupid, I thought. And it fouls him out. You get this big ovation, which I understand based on the body of work he put in the game. But it objectively was a stupid foul. And that exact sequence is what tells me that Kentucky's not a championship program. Mark Pope hugged him and patted him on the back after he probably made the stupidest play he made all day. And I watched that. I was kind of like, dang. And then I thought about those stories of Nick Saban tearing someone's head off because they didn't have the right personnel in the game when they're up 49-7, and Nick Saban's just chewing people's head off. And they're up 49, whatever. That's the attention to detail that wins championships. Those small things are what can tell you whether a coach is running a championship program or a pretender program. Football is a little different than basketball, but the same principles are there. It's like, okay, yeah, the game's won. You just made a dumbass foul. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck was that? That's all you got to say if you're Mark Pope. What the was that? Pull off, idiot. You know, I just want to see UK be the best version of a program that they can be. That's all. Everyone wants to say UK hater. I'm a UK hater. in my group chat at least. I just want to see them be great. I just want to see them be the program that they can be. That's my rant about Kentucky. Miami of Ohio got their ass kicked by Tennessee today. Miami of Ohio had the dream season of a lifetime this year. They were undefeated in the regular season. They lose for the first time in the MAC tournament, and then they finally face a worthwhile opponent in Tennessee, and they get absolutely thraxed. Georgia got absolutely worked by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and the St. Louis Billikens. And you had Utah State upset Villanova. You had, there was one other upset, I think. I can't remember. But listen, all this, I said this yesterday. I clipped it. Clip didn't do as well as I thought it would. All of you idiots out there that said NIL's affected college basketball and that there's not going to be upsets anymore in March Madness because all the good players are going to big schools. What a lazy take. What a lazy take. Still got upsets, baby. And I'm real happy about it. I'm sure other people will resonate with this. When you're watching March Madness, by default, you're always going to root for the lower seed. That's just baseball. You always, in March Madness, root for the lower seed. It's just customary. I'm not saying it's an obligation, but to me, it is very customary. The only exception to that rule is when Duke's playing. If Duke's a lower seed, you root for the higher seed. I would also put that on North Carolina, potentially UConn, and really any team that knocked off Kentucky in the NCAA tournament from 2010 to 2015. I'd even put Wisconsin in there. It made my heart flutter when High Point beat Wisconsin yesterday. High Point's going to play Arkansas. And look, man, I'm a big fan of the Coach Cal vindication story. He was falsely scapegoated by the University of Kentucky, and now he's shining after he's dropped the cloak of complacency off from living in Lexington, Kentucky all those years. It's my hometown. I love it there. There's something in the food. There's something in the water that just kind of keeps you down. If you're a tycoon, a master of your craft like Coach Cal, eventually you got to get out of a place like that to really fly free, leave the cage, so to say. Get a bit more creative. And that's why Coach Cal is flourishing at the University of Arkansas. Got the Tyson family behind you. You got the Walmart family behind you, the Waltons. And you got the best guard in the country in Darius A. Cuff. I'm with the Arkansas Razorbacks all the way through. I think they're going to make a long run. I think they're going to have a season that ends in historical fashion for that Arkansas Razorbacks basketball program. Shout out to Ozzy Maverick on Twitter. Good guy. But that's really what I got here for college basketball. I thought that maybe we would get into some clips. We only have a couple minutes left. You ever thought we'd be talking college basketball on this football show? Kind of an unexpected turn, but look, guys, I love college basketball so much. It's such a joy to be talking about college basketball on this show, on this program, and something that's important to us. Let's get into some clips here. What do we have first? Nothing. Let's go.
What time's our flight? 4:15. It says it's on top.
Do you not have your passport?
I hope you're kidding me.
Dad's at the airport.
Okay, that's funny.
They fake. They fake not having their passport, and the dad kind of freaks out, and they all laugh at him because they know he got rage baited.
No, I'm serious.
You ever go to the airport with someone, like, you ever have a girlfriend, or mostly it's girlfriends or wives in my life experience, where it's just kind of a complete chi drain to travel with them? You know, because women, they get real anxious about stuff like that too. And I understand why people are all gassed up to the gills on a travel day. It's kind of stressful. I was born in 1996, so I didn't really get to experience life as a conscious human being before 9/11. But what I hear is that pre-9/11 was such a beautiful time at the airports. It was just chill. You just show up and walk right onto the plane. So we have to remember what the country with the blue and white flag took from us. Because now we all have to be stressed to the gills at the airport. It's a fun exercise, kind of trying to stay calm. But like I said, when you have a woman in your life that's like, we have to be at the airport 3 hours in advance or else everything's going to explode. Honey, did you pack my lip gloss? Oh, fuck. It's like, dude, I can't do it. But sometimes having people like that in your pack going to the airport's necessary. Sometimes it's important. Because I always like to really push it. I call it scrambling. You know, you just kind of, with something like travel, you just kind of, all right, it'll be all right. Yeah, we'll be all right. And I'll tell you, man, I was on the way to the airport a week ago. And I wasn't late, but I was kind of cutting it close. I was going to pull up like 30 minutes, 15 minutes before boarding started. And I was getting off the highway in Phoenix. Right on this exit, I see a car swerve out of the way real fast. And I was like, what an idiot. And then I was like, oh. Because the reason the car swerved was there was a truck in front of him with a bunch of glass tubes in the bed of the truck or whatever. It was like a company car or something. Somebody that was hauling glass tubes, and they definitely had some value to them. They definitely had a purpose for wherever they were going. And this was a busy highway in Phoenix, close to the airport too. Right on the exit, this guy's glass tubes just come barreling out of the bed of his truck. And I'm right here with him. I had to kind of swerve out of the way to miss him coming out too. And I look behind and I see all these cars stacked up. And I was like, dude, if I literally had left the house 5 seconds later or something, I would have been stuck in traffic, probably would have missed my flight because of some damn glass tubes, dude. So sometimes you need somebody, sometimes you need a woman in the house or by your side to be like, honey, we have to get to the airport 3 hours early or else everything's going to explode. You know? So let's do one more clip and then we'll probably get out of here for the week, send you guys off. We're live here Monday through Friday. I know it's about 8 Eastern right now. We're live around 7 p.m. Eastern right now each day, weekday. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Appreciate you popping in, watching. Bare minimum, hit the like button if you don't do either. Don't let the dough hit your ass on the way out. Let's watch one more clip. Let's get out of here. I don't know which clip we're about to see here. March Madness episode makes sense.
Huh?
I love these, dude.
Barbecue chicken alert. Barbecue chicken alert.
Green Giants.
Perfect release
I'm about to
in
end this
NBA.
man's whole career.
I love these so much.
You want to come out here?
Green light. My husband really loves my feet.
Love the
Kobe!
Undertaker side.
Gotcha. You can't guard me.
Kobe!
What? I don't even have anything to say, dude. I do love those. I love those NBA edits they're making. It's like, I got this. I got this. Kobe. Green Giant. I start saying that, just randomly all the time. I didn't have much to say for that one. A little strange right here. A little strange something. Let's do one more. Let's get something going here. What do we have here?
Hey, come on, make it happen.
I got my GED when I'm trying to come to college.
Kodak. Look at it all you in it.
I got my GED. I'm trying to come everywhere.
Dude, I love the beginning of the ZZ song.
Hey, come on, make it happen.
Dee-dee-dee-dee-doo, biddy-dee-ding-ding, biding-boom, ha ha ha, biddy-dee-dee-doom, biddy-dee-ding-ding, biding-boom. I like that. You got that viral video where they're staying in the studio listening to that for the first time. It's like this. Ha ha ha. Ding ding ding. All right, yeah, and they just play like the beginning of it. I got some other clips. I kind of want to save them, and I got to go to jiu-jitsu. So I felt kind of awkward today. Apologies. If you're here for the first time, this is probably the worst I'm ever going to be. And so if you still like the show, I would hit subscribe if I were you, because you're probably going to see us again anyway. Quick one, 22 minutes, in and out. Get you some basketball analysis. Get you a little bit of retardation there at the end. I don't know what's gotten into me. But this is In the Jar Football Show. I'm Clark Dupree. Hope you enjoyed. Again, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It should be right there on your screen for you to click. The easiest thing you could ever do in the world right here, right now. That's why we do it in the live feed, so that you can find us. You can quickly subscribe to us. So please consider doing that. I hope we've earned it. But if we didn't earn it, you just kind of click it on accident. That's cool, too. All right. I'm going to head out, guys. Sorry for being late all week and every week for the last couple months, but we're here because we love you. And we're here because we love doing this. So who else would you follow but this channel? Follow us on Twitter. Follow us or subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Kick. Follow us on Twitch. Do all that. And we hope you guys have a hell of a weekend. Confidential show going down tomorrow. Tim Welch, Patreon. I'm also on that. And we just keep it rolling. Love you guys. Talk to you on Monday. Boom!